Have you noticed that as the years go by, a good night's sleep seems harder and harder to find? Maybe you fall asleep quickly but wake up at 3 a.m. and can't drift back off. Or maybe you toss and turn for hours, your mind racing with little worries, and before you know it, the sun is coming up. Poor sleep after 60 is one of the most common frustrations older adults face. And it's not just about feeling tired the next day. Sleep is the foundation of your memory, your mood, your energy, and even your immune system. Without it, everything else suffers. But here's the good news. There is one surprisingly simple bedtime trick that many older adults find life-changing. And tonight, you can try it yourself. It's safe, natural, and requires no pills or expensive gadgets. But before I tell you what it is, let us first understand why sleep gets harder after 60. Because once you know the why, the solution makes perfect sense. As we age, our bodies produce less melatonin, which is the natural hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. On top of that, changes in your circadian rhythm, your internal body clock, make it more likely that you'll wake up earlier and sleep more lightly. Add in nighttime trips to the bathroom, aches and pains, and sometimes even medications that interfere with rest, and you can see why sleep isn't as easy as it once was. Now, here's where the bedtime trick comes in. Research shows that one of the most powerful ways to signal your body that it's time to sleep is through something called a wind-down ritual. This is a short, consistent routine you do every night that teaches your brain to relax and prepare for rest. Think of it like telling your body, the day is done, now it's safe to let go. So what's the trick? It's a simple practice called the warm cup ritual. Every night, about 30 minutes before bed, prepare yourself a small cup of a warm, calming drink. It could be chamomile tea, warm milk with a sprinkle of nutmeg, or a caffeine-free herbal blend. As you sip slowly, take the time to dim the lights, turn off screens, and just let yourself be present in the moment. The warmth of the drink gently raises your body temperature, and when your body cools down afterward, it naturally signals your brain that it's time for sleep. At the same time, the act of sitting quietly with a warm cup in your hands gives your nervous system the chance to shift out of go-go-go mode and into relaxation. This might sound almost too simple, but the science is powerful. Studies have shown that chamomile contains compounds that act like a mild sedative for the brain, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Warm milk has tryptophan, an amino acid that supports melatonin production. Even the ritual itself, the calm, the routine, the gentle focus on warmth, tells your body it's safe to rest. Now, you might be wondering, but I've tried tea or warm milk before, and it didn't really work. The secret here is consistency and pairing. The warm cup ritual works best when it's paired with two other steps. First, dimming the lights. Bright lights even from a TV or phone tell your brain it's still daytime. When you lower the lights, your brain starts releasing more melatonin naturally. So when you sit with your warm drink, make sure the room is soft and calm, not lit up like midday. Second, avoid screens. The blue light from phones, tablets, and even the TV actually blocks melatonin production. This is one reason why so many people lie awake after scrolling in bed. If you can, trade that time for a gentle book, quiet music, or even just sitting in peace with your warm cup. When you combine these steps, you're not just drinking to, you're training your brain. And with practice, your body will start to recognize this as a signal for sleep. Let me share an example. One woman in her late 60s told me she hadn't slept through the night in years. She tried different medications, over-the-counter sleep aids, even fancy pillows. But every night, she woke up at 2 or 3 in the morning. When she finally committed to the warm cup ritual, turning off her TV, dimming the lights, and sipping chamomile tea while listening to quiet music, something changed. At first, she still woke up, but she fell back asleep much faster. After a few weeks, she noticed she was sleeping longer stretches, and by the second month, she was enjoying full, restful nights again. No pills, no side effects, just a simple ritual. Now, here's another tip to make the bedtime trick even more powerful. Add a moment of gratitude or light journaling. While you drink, Jot down 1 or 2 things you're thankful for that day. This shifts your mind away from stress and racing thoughts. Instead of replaying worries from the day, you're ending on a calm, positive note. And your brain carries that into sleep. Of course, no single trick works for everyone. Some people may need to adjust bedtime routines more deeply, avoiding caffeine late in the day, getting gentle exercise like walking or stretching, and keeping your bedroom cool and dark all make a huge difference. But for many older adults, this simple warm cup ritual becomes the anchor that ties everything together. And let me add this: don't be discouraged if it doesn't work perfectly the first night. Sleep is like training a muscle. It takes repetition. If you give yourself a couple of weeks to build this habit, you'll likely notice a steady improvement. The truth is, poor sleep after 60 is not just part of aging. You have to accept, yes, your body changes, but your brain and body still respond beautifully to the right signals. By creating a nightly ritual, especially one as soothing as the warm cup trick, you can retrain your body to rest deeply and wake up refreshed. So tonight, I invite you to try it. Pick your calming drink, turn off the screens, dim the lights, and give yourself 15 minutes to simply be present with your warm cup. Let this be your gift to yourself at the end of the day. Because you deserve real, restorative sleep, not restless nights. And if you commit to this ritual, I think you'll be surprised at how something so small can make such a big difference in your energy, your mood, and your overall health.